All right, so Set is there? All right. So we got 10 minutes with Set. Let's go.
Good morning, Stephen. Peace.
Morning. Is it real you? All right, no problem. Okay, interesting. Let me see you draw that line there. Go ahead.
All right, so I'll start off with a simple question. Is organic really healthier? From your perspective.
I do not know.
Organic really healthier?
I do not know. I can't say.
And if you ask...
What is organic? What is organic?
That's what I'm coming to. But
right.
I don't build up to it. Because if you ask most people, they would say yes. And usually that answer is based on an assumption that most people never actually examine.
Right.
So when you hear the word organic, right, what is it that most people think? They would think that organic would mean something along the lines of it's natural.
Natural, yeah.
It's
cleaner,
yeah. Chemical free.
Yes.
Healthier. All right. But let's pause and examine that idea a little more carefully, right? Especially that idea or concept of chemical free. All right. Anything that exists in the physical world, Stefan, is made of chemicals. Every single thing. Right? The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, even our own bodies are made of chemicals.
Right.
All right? And that leads to a very simple conclusion. To be chemical free is to be non-existent. To be chemical free is to be non-existent.
All right?
Because if something truly was chemical free, it would not be food, it would not be water, it would not even be air. It simply would not exist. Right? In fact, take this simple challenge. Try to find something that is organic and chemical free at the same time. Right? And I guarantee you can't find anything. Right? The only place something like that actually exists is right here, between the cranium and the imagination. Right? There is no such thing as something that is chemical free.
Right.
It would not exist. Right? Because the moment something exists in the physical world, right, it is made of chemicals. So now we have to ask a deeper question. So where did this whole idea about organic come from?
Right.
Because in science, the word organic, it has a very specific meaning. And it comes from organic chemistry, right? And that is, study carbon-based compounds. So in simple terms, organic compounds are built around carbon. So sugar is organic, right? Fats are organic, proteins are organic. But organic chemistry also includes other things, other substances such as alcohol is organic, petroleum is organic, cyanide is organic. None of those are safe stuff, right? None of those are healthy stuff, right? So the word organic itself, it doesn't tell you whether something is beneficial to the body, to the human body or not, right?
Okay.
Even the human body itself is built largely by these organic molecules. So scientifically, the word organic simply refers to carbon-based chemistry. It does not mean chemical-free. But you see now, over time, something interesting started to happen. The word organic, it was borrowed by the agricultural industry. And it became a certification label.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Became a certification label. So when you see organic on a package today, you're not looking at chemistry. What you're looking at is a set of farming standards and rules. And that is where the confusion begins. Because the public interpretation of the word organic is very different from the scientific meaning.
Right.
So when people hear organic, they think cleaner, safer, healthier. And that's understandable. But that is actually not the definition, right? So those meanings were created through perception. And of course, once a word creates that perception, it becomes very powerful because people are willing to pay more for something they believe is healthier. So today, the word organic is not just a certification label. It is also a marketing tool.
Right.
Right?
Right.
It's a marketing tool. All right, so let me look at something important here. Look at this here. More and more people are buying organic foods today, right?
Well, I am seeing a lot of that going on in terms of all of these stores popping up, organic this, organic that. A lot of people cooking and making organic, what they call organic meals and so on and so forth. So I see it's a growing market, yeah.
Correct. But at the same time, chronic diseases are increasing.
Yes.
Diabetes going up every year.
Yeah.
Obesity going up. Heart disease, autoimmune condition, mental health issues, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease. All of these things increasing.
Okay.
So we have to ask the logical question, if organic automatically mean healthier, why are chronic diseases still increasing while organic food consumption also continues to grow? So clearly, the answer is deeper than a label.
Right.
Right? And what we need to understand is because labels influence how we think about food. But we have to understand that the human body does not respond to labels. The human body responds to biology.
Biology.
Right? And once we begin to understand that biology, you start to see nutrition very differently.
Okay.
And this is what inspired me to write my book. I wrote the book because the book is an educational tool. You're going to find in that a lot of information that you're not going to get in the general public. And a lot of things they're not even going to teach you in school. And that's why I have such an exhaustive reference section in the book to show you the science behind it. Right? It's not speculation, it's not my opinion, it's not an assumption, it's not guesswork. It is actually scientific facts. And this is what is lacking in society because a lot of people are out here believing a lot of rumors. All right? A lot of rumors. I remember some years ago I watched a documentary, and in the documentary they were saying a particular industry, when they have on their product a stamp showing organic and whatnot on it. And when they tested these stuff, when I say they tested, they checked, you don't have to prove anything. You just have to pay to get the sticker. You just have to pay your money. The companies pay the money and they get that stamp of approval.
Right.
They don't have to prove nothing with the product, anything like that. And that's what it is. And it's not illegal. Why? Because anything that was alive is organic. Right? So whether it's plants or animals, it is organic by scientific definition because it has carbon. It has carbon. So it's not illegal for them to put organic on their labeling. It is not lying to the public for them to put organic on their labeling because it is not on them to educate you on what the word organic means. If you have a wrong concept or perception of a terminology, and you're purchasing your products based on that wrong perception, the person that is selling you that, they are not obligated to educate you on the right terminology or the right meaning of that word. That's on you. So it's taking an advantage of an ignorant gap in society, and they're making a lot of money off of it while you are getting sicker. Right? While your health is deteriorating. And that's why I tell people, disease is not something that appears suddenly, It's the body breaking down slowly long before symptoms appear. And that is happening because a lot of people fail to educate themselves on proper nutrition. A lot of people have faith in the authorities. It's what we call authority bias. They have faith in the authorities. You are an authority figure. You are working in the health industry, pharmaceutical industry, you are working in the government. You say this is safe and this is healthy, then because of your position, I'm going to believe it without fact checking it. And that is how a lot of people operate. I have had clients come to me, that's when I spend time showing them, going in depth into the science, showing scientifically backed facts,
Right.
right? Facts that cannot even be trumped in a court,
Right.
in the court of law. Hard scientific facts, right? Proven data, highest degree, systematic review, meta-analysis. And people would run by the doctor, the nutritionist, the dietitian, and say, no, that's not correct. Right? And they provide no evidence, just their position, right? Just their credentials alone, and all the data that I showed, that person now drop and ignore.
Right.
And when you ask, when we have said it many times live on national television, if people have an issue with what I'm saying, come on television and let's debate it live on television.
Yeah.
But you see what that would cause now, it would destroy that advantage that they have, which is that authority bias.
Right.
If they debate with me and the public see that they cannot back what they are saying, then you know what's going to happen? Authority bias starts to fall. That bias started, that wall of bias just started to disintegrate. All right? So they're not going to agree to come and have a debate with me because they need to hold on to that power of blind allegiance that a lot of people suffering from.
Right.
This is why I wrote my book, Stefan, to educate people. Education is key. Remember I said it last week. All right? It's better to have the knowledge and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I put it into black and white in a book format that people could get that information, because while we're looking at AI here, right? The AI that we see in here, I remember watching documentaries years ago, you know.
Right.
Years when I was younger.
Yeah.
And government and large organizations had technology to create the type of videos that AI created today.
Correct.
It's just that back then, it just took a lot more money, so you had to have proper funding to do it.
Yeah.
Now with AI now, anybody could do it.
Anybody could do it.
Anybody could do it. But we have been, as the people, the public have always been manipulated. Has always been manipulated, but we need to educate ourselves. I don't think people understand how powerful knowledge is, right? A lot of people send me videos because a lot of so-called health gurus, people selling products out here, and they're creating AI videos of older people looking very fit and whatnot. People have sent me videos, hey, what do you think about this product? I say, there's an AI video.
Yeah, yeah.
Me now, because I know, I know of the technology and stuff, it's easy for me to spot, right? It's easy for me to spot, but for the average person, they're going and they're running and they're buying these products thinking, right? Hey, I could do this. We cannot heal the body in isolation. There is no isolated product that you could buy and take that would heal you. It takes a systemic approach. That is what I show in my book. It's a systemic approach. You cannot just simply take this pill and take this product and you heal yourself. The body doesn't operate. So
like the Matrix.
You have to fix the entire system. That's what people expect. You see, that's one of the influence of television, right? We see those kind of quick fix thing on television, and that has been fooling us. Look at the data, people. If you look at the data, non-communicable diseases are not decreasing, they are increasing. We talk about the young child this morning, natural causes. We need to understand natural. Maybe I might do a little segment and explain what natural causes in comparison to unnatural causes are, right?
Okay.
Because, yes, what they say natural causes, yes, but we have to ask, why is a child's system suffering so? We had a couple deaths of children over the past couple months in this, well, even before that. And people not asking. We had the Joshua Francois, right? People, they'll say, yes, it had the injection, but what caused the respiratory illness before the injection? Before the injection, right? What was causing those things? Why are so many children suffering with these issues? All of these I address in my book. Right, you would get to understand why people are sick. All right?
All right.
And so I hope the contribution this morning is one that was edifying to the public, because I know it's not a topic, it's not a usual topic people touch on. Right? It's something that people just blindly accept.
Yeah. I'm thinking, you're going to be controversial with the organic people. But nevertheless, I want to thank you for the time this morning, man. And of course, next week we'll do it all over again. Next week is next week Tuesday. Yeah. I know it have the. Right. Now you on with all the long weekend. I think you on. Yeah, it's an over. It's an over on Tuesday. All right. So thanks a lot, man.
All right, thanks for having. Or the other bookstore, it was Nelson's Bookstore in Tobago.
Right, nice. So if you're in Tobago, you could get the book, You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished, at Nelson Bookstore in Tobago. Go pick it up. All right, man.
All right, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. That's it. So we take